everyone, my name's Christy. Welcome to my corner. Thanks for joining me today for a mid-year, post-spring semester, pre-summer break WIP and kit parade. And the goal is to look through all of my works in progress, look through all the things that I have kitted up. And these are cross-stitch and also surface freehand embroidery. And kind of have a baseline for what I want to do this summer. For those of you who don't know, I'm a college professor, and although I do work in the summer, I teach a class in the summer and other things, I do have more time to do crafting and art. And so I thought seeing what I had available would help me plan for, the rest of my semester. My new contract doesn't start until August 1st. And then I'll have less time, but in the next 2 months I do have a little bit of free time, and I can maybe get some things done, start some fun things. And I think I'll talk about plans. I'm not going to talk about plans in this video. In this video, I'm just going to go through my WIPs, go through my kits, and show them to you and show them to myself, because there are some here that I've forgotten about, and there aren't that many. Like there aren't enough that I should be forgetting about them. So I need to get started on some of these projects. But before we get to any of that, I want to welcome my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me on my crafty and artistic adventures. And welcome back to anyone who's been hanging out with me for however long you've been with me. It has been great to get to know you in the comments here on YouTube and also on Instagram. And if you're not following me on Instagram, you can find me in 2 places, although one of them is active and one of them is inactive at the moment. But I'm going to put them both here. The active one is Dr_Christy. And that is where I post pictures of my crafting, my stitching, my weaving, my life, my dog, all sorts of different things. That's kind of my personal and artistic and crafty Instagram channel. It's not really a channel, Instagram account. And then I also have another one that is the spoolery, and that is dedicated to my love of vintage wooden spools and making things out of them. So I'm hoping that in the next 2 months I also have time to revamp that Instagram account and that side of my crafting as well. So if you're not following me on those accounts, please feel free to follow me over there, and you can see what I'm doing during the week. This is a channel about embroidery and cross stitch and other textile crafts, in particular at the moment, weaving and history and the history of all of those things. So if any of that is interesting to you and you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you subscribe and stick around. Let's do WIPs. We're going to do WIPs first, and then we'll do kits. So my first, so I'm going to start with the WIPs that you see all the time in my floss tubes. And if you're not watching my floss tubes, I just posted a new one on Friday, and you can find that one up here. But I have been posting them about every other week. It's been a busy semester. During this summer, I really hope to be posting every week and maybe even twice a week with like other supplementary videos. I have some history videos I want to do. Anyway, irrelevant. We're going to start with the ones that you see every week. So first, we're going to talk about surface embroidery. Freehand surface embroidery. And my current WIP, my current very active freehand embroidery WIP, is part of a series I'm doing on literary and television sleuths. And so this is Sherlock Holmes, I hope you could tell. And this is based on the Jeremy Brett rendition of him in the 80s. And so I have done his pipe and his glove, and then most of his collar and his tie. And this is a 6-part series. This is number 3 in a 6-part series of different sleuths. So I will show you my other sleuths that I have. And these are all being stitched on a white Essex linen from Fat Quarter Shop, which is a 50-50 linen cotton blend. My second sleuth was Miss Fisher from Miss Fisher's Mysteries. And my first sleuth was David Suchet's Poirot from Agatha Christie's Poirot. And this is from the 90s and early 2000s. The other 3 sleuths that I'm going to do throughout the summer are Miss Marple, Jessica Fletcher, who is next, and Columbo, OBS. I love cozy mysteries. I love whodunits. I love those things. So I'm really, really pleased. And in fact, as I'm pulling this up, I'll tell you that I have contributed to a Kickstarter for an old lady Miss Marple mystery RPG role-playing game. I'm so excited. And it's like wildly funded, so I'm going to get all sorts of like, you know, what are they called? Extension things. I'm so excited about that RPG. So this is WIP number 1, and I'm going to try and keep a tally. So this is number 1. It's going to go there, and I need to figure out where to put these. We're just going to put them on the floor for now, and I will clean them all up when I'm done. My second current WIP is in this bag that I got from Jody Trixie Tricycle. It's from the Halloween Black Needle Society box. It's from Thriller. And in here, I have my one and only HAED. And this is what it's going to look like. It is the Lady and the Unicorn, which is a medieval tapestry that is housed in the Musée de Cluny in Paris. And I am about almost 6.5% done with it. So this is where I am. So I'll just hold it up like this. And my goal is to get this finished in 5 years. I am about a month behind, which I started it in December. So being a month behind isn't great. But if I can keep up with it and maybe make some headway this summer, then that will be very good. So that is WIP number 2. And I'm doing that on a 20 count ivory Aida that I got from a giveaway, a 1,000 subscriber giveaway from Carrie and Carrie and Stitches. If you're not watching her, I'll link her down below. And it's being stitched in all the called for DMC obs because it's a HAED and that's what you do. And I did not talk about the colors in my sleuths, but I'm trying to stick with like a general color scheme, and they're mostly color and cotton and be stitch me depending on color. My third very active WIP is housed in my books bag, and it is my temperature chart for the year that I'm actually keeping up with. And it is the temperature drinks shelf, which will look like this when it's done. And I am all caught up for May. I'm doing this on a 14 count navy Aida, and in the call for DMC in the pattern. And I designed this along with some other temperature patterns, one of which you'll see, and you can find them in my Etsy shop, which is always linked down below. And if I'm actually really bad at counting, so I may lose count by the end, but the post-editing Christy will have hopefully a running number right here. 4 is housed, oops, that's not it. 4 is a very small start, and I need to work on it this summer because I want to get it done by my first wedding anniversary, which is the first weekend in September. And it is housed in another bag from Jody at Trixie Tricycle that she sent me from Black Needle Society box. I think this was the fall box. And it is Modern Folk Embroidery, The River. And I'm using this as a wedding sampler. And so what I'm going to do is split this and put our names and the date right there. So that's how I'm going to turn this into a wedding sampler. It's called The River. I have a very small start, but I am doing it on this is a confusing, well, I made this fabric myself. It is developed using a very old photography developing technique, and it's a photo developing technique. And so I put a piece of lace that my cousins gave us for our wedding gift, as part of our wedding gift, and use that to basically develop the paper. And it is I want to say it's an 18 count Aida. I think it's just a white Aida, and you can see that the back is just white, so it's just developed on the front. And I'm doing it in DeVere Yarns, old gold. I'm dropping things everywhere. Oh my god, this is a disaster. DeVere Yarns Silk Old Gold. I think this is in size 72. and it's a 12 strand silk, and I'm doing it 4 strands. It's very fine. All I've gotten is the top border, and I will start on, I think, the letters soon. So I stitch in hand from right to left, so I will start over here with the O and kind of move across. And that will also tell me if my counting was right, because I double counted this, I quadruple counted this. So I hope I'm right. If not, I'll just have to rip it out. But I start from the top right, and so then I go down. So that's where I had to start. And then I'll do the O. So this needs to get done this summer so I can, you know, hang it on my wall and stuff. So these are the 4 that live in my house. So I have a studio, which is a separate building from my house, which is where I am now. But those all live in my house by my stitchy chair. All right, let's look at some WIPs that you probably haven't seen in a while. This one is embroidery. It is in my bag that I got from Stitcher Trish, who is my friend Trish, who has a floss tube. I'll link her down below. She also has an Etsy shop, which I'll link down below. Forever Us Needlecraft. And this was supposed to be, this is supposed to be a landscape. That's how much I have done. I have the top done. This is a landscape picture of a beach. If I can find the picture, I'll put it right here. It's a beach picture that my friend Elise took. She lives in Southern California, and so she takes amazing pictures. So she took this picture, and I decided that it would look great as an embroidery. I think it would also look great as a weaving, so I may do that too. But this was going to be my next landscape. That's all I have. This also lives in the house, but it kind of got buried in my box. And this is on a bleached linen. Kind of a, so it's slubby. This is not an even weave linen, so you can't cross stitch on it, but it's nice and slubby. There we go. I like it. I like me a slubby linen. I mean, the needles are still on it and everything. And I'm doing it, well, I'm doing it by color. And so I have all sorts of stuff here. I have some silks. Let me see if I can get them. I have some Bestitch Me silks. I have some cottons, color and cottons, mystical diamond art, right? Just kind of, I went by color, and then I have some vintage Corticelli cotton flosses here too. Made in Canada. So those are all in there, and I would like to pick that up again, really. I want to pick up most of them up again. So that 5, I think that's number 5. Number 6 is another temperature chart, which was going to be like a year-long exploration of different stitches. And I just got behind, and then I got more behind, and more behind, and more behind. And, well, let me just show it to you. And it is my Temperature Library 2 365 stitch project, where I was going to do a different stitch in each book. As you can see, I got halfway through January. And the issue was, well, the issue was that in January was like a disaster of a month, because that's when the Omicron wave was sort of sweeping through my area. And so they postponed the semester, but shortened it. So I had to like redo all of my classes. It was just like so hectic that filming myself stitching all of these and editing it and posting it, it was just too much for my tiny little brain, and I just stopped. I was like, you know, something's got to give, and this is what's stressing me out, so I'm not going to do it. But I can always pick it up again. It's not like it will go away, and I still have the database of the different stitches I want to use, and there are more. So, you know, I may pick this up again this summer. I may not. This is stitched on, oh, this is stitched on a, I want to say a 28 count even weave Lugana that I got from a tube at Michael's. Because some of the stitches are counted stitches and some of the stitches are not counted stitches. So I thought a an even weave would be a nice compromise, so that I could do sort of like normal stitching, but also do normal stitching for me, which is freehand embroidery stitching, but also do counted work. Number 7 was in my Forbidden Fiber Co. Advent box that I got in December. And it was a stitch along, and I stopped stitching along. I don't see the pattern in here, so I will put a picture up here. It's Bendy Stitchy Designs Yule Ball, and that is where I am. So I'm doing pretty well. There's a whole house. Oh no, I did the house. I don't remember what's over here. I haven't looked at this pattern in a while. I'm pretty close to being done. It's already gridded. So maybe I just need to suck it up and just finish it at some point. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll save it for the Christmas, for like December again, when I'm feeling like I want to stitch Christmas. I'm a seasonal stitcher, so like I don't do Christmas in July. I don't really stitch Halloween very much anyway, but maybe I'll want to stitch this in December again, and that will feel good to get that done as well. I think that's 6. It might be 7. And I can't even tell you any of the information. Well, let me see if I have the information in here. It's whatever they sent with the kit. It all came together. It has all of the Forbidden Fiber Co. flosses here that came with it. It was a whole kit in this package, including like pretty adorable scissors. So yeah, I'm feeling this. I wasn't feeling it for a while, and that's why I put it away, but I'm kind of feeling it again. So we're definitely going to keep that. I'm going to keep that all together in its little baggie. All right, I think that was, I'm not even going to try and count anymore, 6 or 7. I think that is all of my cross stitch. My last 2 WIPs are ones that you probably have never, that most of you have probably never seen, because they're so old. Well, yeah, they're just very old. My first one is like such a quick stitch. I don't know why I'm not doing it. And it is, it's an embroidery, and it's penguin and fish, and it is herbs. And so what I've done is I have it on, I wish it would, there we go. It's on a bag, so I'm stitching it on the side of a bag that I just had lying around. It's different herbs. I'll put a picture up here if I can find it of what it looks like. And if I can't, then I will just show you this real quick. This is the pattern. So it's like sage and parsley and thyme, you know, that kind of a thing. So that is, you know, again, it's a very sweet design that I think will be a fairly quick stitch. It's all back stitch, really. Back stitch is super quick, but I don't know. I think I'd UFO'd it because this bag is so thin, I don't even know what I would use it for. But it's a WIP, and it's still in its hoop, and I still have all the floss, so it's there. And my last WIP is actually a restart, although now that I'm looking at it, I think it's a, well, I'll show it to you anyway. I made a bunch of these really pretty, very flowy scarves out of a really lightweight linen. And my plan was to stitch some Bayou Tapestry archers on it. So this, for example, here I'll show you King Harold. So this is from the Bayou Tapestry, and around this time, which is during the Battle of Hastings, a depiction of the Battle of Hastings. I think I talked about the Bayou Tapestry in my second video. I'll put a link to it up here. Please forgive the filming quality. I've gotten much better and much more relaxed since then. But I'll post a link up there anyway. Essentially, the Bayou Tapestry is a 11th century, 12th century embroidered tapestry that is 70 meters long. It's very long, and it depicts the Norman conquest of England. And so at one point, King Harold dies, and that's what this is. Harold Rex Interfectus Est means King Harold is killed. But the way the image works, and I'll just show you a picture. I don't know why I'm talking about it. There are three like layers on each, all the way across. And so the middle layer has the important people in it and the important events. And the top layer, the top sort of row, has a lot of fantastical birds and stuff like that. The bottom row has all sorts of different things, but at one point it has these little archers who are marching along and, you know, doing other things. There's also, oh, here we go. Here's one. I don't know if you can see him. He's one of the little archers. He's my favorite archer. He's just such like a nice little guy. I wanted to put 4 archers on the end of this and make it my Bayou tapestry scarf. And I had already started putting them on, but at that point I had put 5 archers on and they were smaller than I wanted. So I cut it off and re-fringed it so it's ready to go, re-stitched it. So now I can start again. So I'd like to do this again because I love the idea of this. I have all of the flosses like ready. I have my hoop ready. I mean, I have a pair of scissors in here for, I won't say it. But like, it's all ready to go. There's no reason why I can't just restart this. So this is technically a kit or a restart, but so I just need to trace, I need to transfer the design onto the fabric and just start stitching. I don't know why I'm not. Another restart is in my cork bag. I love this bag. I need to make more of these bags. I have tons of cork. I have tons of interior fabric. I think they're really cool. They're nice and sturdy. Anyway, that's for a different day. But I even took the hoop out of this. Oh, and I don't even see it now. I had to restart this too. So this is a kit up. This is a restarted kit. And I do not, oh, here it is. So I was going to make bees. I will show you. Bees and honeycombs. So I have honeycombs and bees that I was going to stitch. And then I didn't. Well, I tried. I actually did. I actually did stitch these honeycombs, but the hexagons aren't even. And I couldn't get them to be even. So I did end up buying a hexagon stencil that I can stencil on and then do my hexagon. So that is a thing that I would like to do. And I was doing the, well, I was doing it in these very thin DeVere Yarns silks for the honeycomb. But I might do a different one. I was also going to line it in this honeycomb, but since I started this, I've gotten some much less bright, we'll just say that, much less bright bee fabric that I might use. Actually, let me, hold on one second, let me get that. So this is the fabric that I'm using. It's a teal, it's looking much bluer on the screen, but it's definitely a teal linen. And the other fabrics, the bee fabrics I have this really cute light yellow with bees. And then I have this little fat quarter pack that has like a honeycomb. This is very bright. There we go. Honeycomb. This looks like, I don't even know what this is. That doesn't look very bee at all. A black with gold that says queen or something on it. Some more gray writing, and then this, which is really pretty. I don't know if that would go. No, but this I think would be really pretty and is less like intense than, I don't know. Anyway, I need to think about that because I have more options now, and you know, I might want to start this over again. Maybe even on a different fabric. Maybe not on teal. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with this, but I still love the idea It is well, I was keeping it a secret of what it was going to be because I was like, well, I'll show you when it's done, and then it never got done. But I really love like Peter Pan collar necklaces, and I kind of want to make a bunch of them because I love them. So I think that that's what this is going to be, and I might end up using a white or maybe even a rustic, like a rustic linen. I have a bunch of thick rustic linen that might be really good for this. So that's that kit up / restart. Oh, this is a WIP. I forgot about this WIP. See, this is the problem. I should not forget about this WIP. This is in my map bag. And this is my Hildegard of Bingen Cosmic Egg that I have not gotten very far on. So that is what it's going to look like. And that is where I am. This, and I'll put a picture, I'll put a link up here of what the Cosmic Egg is, but essentially it's a 12th century rendition of the universe with the Earth in the center. So I have the Earth done, and then I just need to do clouds and the universe. I was going to restart this because I don't like how I traced it. So I might restart this and trace it better. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with this. I made this for my friend, and I loved it so much. And so I wanted to make one for myself. But I don't think I put the time into tracing this that I put into tracing the first one. So I think I need to really think about whether I want to restart it, because at this point, that's all I have, and I can restart it. So I think I want to put the time into, I might want to put the time into retracing it and making it really good. That may be a restart. But that is, at this point, this is on, I think this is Essex linen, which is a 50-50 cotton blend natural. And I want it on linen. I actually want it double. This was supposed to be the back. It was supposed to be like double, like 2 layers of fabric. And this was the back layer. But it was already cut, and I'd already ruined the front layer. So I just thought I'd do it. But anyway, this is my colors, and they are just taken by, because of the color that matches the image. And I'll show you a bigger picture of the image. Here is a bigger picture of the image. That's what it's going to look like. And I really want it done. So I might need to start that again too. I have 2 kits, 2 kit ups that are, I have the fabric and the floss and the pattern. I'm getting one out. So the first kit that is not a restart, I got in the steampunk box from Black Needle Society. And it is Superior Bee. And it is a really cute, you know, steampunk beehive. It's adorable. And it calls for Gloriana silks, which I don't have. But I have all these silks behind me, so I'm like, I'm going to just pick what I have. I'm going to do it on the fabric that came with it, which I don't remember what it's called. It is, I'm pretty sure it's Bee Stitch Me. It should fit, in fact, it should fit in here, and I should be able to actually have sort of half of this not be. It's a bit darker than the model, but I think it'll look good with my flosses, which are all Bee Stitch Me silks. So this is my floss. And I just think that that's lovely. And they are cauldron, cold foam, and light roast. So those are the 3 colors I'm using for that. And I think that that'll be a pretty quick stitch, although when you look at I mean, that's a big, that's actually quite a lot of stitching. But I think it'll be beautiful, and I do like bees. And I like the colors. So that's the kit up for that. And then the final kit I have, I might actually take with me. I'm leaving town on Wednesday, June 1st, to score AP exams in Kansas City, Missouri. Those of you who don't know, AP exams are basic. High school students can take special AP classes. They're advanced placement classes, and they take an exam at the end of it that, depending on their score, decides whether they get college, university credit for that class and that test. And so I score these exams every year in June. And there's some downtime. And you can't have your phone up because it's all confidential. So you can't have any electronic device in the room. You can't talk because other people are scoring. Anyway, so I decided to bring some crafts with me. And I got this bookmark. It is Michael Powell bookmark. I won this in a charity Stitchy Zoom back in September for the Murdered and Missing Indigenous Women fundraising that everyone did. I got this from Rachel Ray. And it's like a castle bookmark, but it looks like it's on 14 count aida or I mean, it's aida that I can see. I don't need a magnifier for it. So I might take this with me and make myself a bookmark. And that would be fun. Anyway, so I think I might take this with me. It's all kitted up and ready to go. I just need to bring a needle, which I will bring with me. Oh, and the Superior Bees is by Summer House Stitch Works. I'm sorry, I should have said that. So there you have it. I think that is all of my current WIPs and kits. There aren't that many. You'll know how many there are because I will have kept a tally. But it doesn't feel like very many. And it feels like a lot of them are like doable. Like if I just put some time into them this summer, I can knock out or at least make some progress on some of them. Like for example, the scarf won't take very long. These are very small little dudes. These are very small little dudes, right? I mean, they won't take very long. Surface embroidery is way faster than cross stitch. Anywho, that's where I am with my projects. And I hope you enjoyed looking through the projects that I have done. And I think now that I've seen them all, I can kind of make plans for this summer. And next time you see me will hopefully be this Friday, and I'll be in Kansas City, so I won't have a lot of stuff with me. But when I get back, I would like to do a kind of plans video. Well, I will go through I have a stitchy planner that I have not been using and I need to start using again. And I will go through that and maybe actually make plans of what I want to do. Maybe have different weeks where I work on different projects. I've never been a planner. I've never been a stitchy planner before. So this will be a new experiment for me. I don't know how long it'll last, but you know, can't hurt. It's just fun. And if I don't want to do it, I don't have to do it. It's like, you know, not my job. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Let me know what your favorite one is. I would love to know what your favorite WIP is or kit down below. Yeah, with that, I will hopefully see you on Friday. And thanks so much for joining me. Please take good care of yourselves and have a good one. Bye.